But hey, welcome back. Today we're checking out Britain's oldest pubs that are still open today.
The creak of a centuries-old oak door, the worn groove in the bar where countless elbows have rested, the same fireplace that warmed travellers when monks were copying manuscripts by candlelight. Britain's oldest pubs aren't just buildings, they're living history where you can still order a pint today. We're covering 16 of the most ancient drinking establishments still serving, and some of these have been pouring ale since before England was even called England.
What? Okay, what? Monks? This is gold. These are pretty old then, right? Before England was England. Wow, okay. The George Inn. 1223.
The George Inn was already serving when the Magna Carta was still fresh parchment, and it looks every year of its 800-year age in the most magnificent way possible. This stone-built coaching inn was constructed to accommodate wealthy wool merchants attending the great fairs that made Norton St Philip one of medieval England's most important trading centres, and the original galleried courtyard structure has survived virtually unchanged since the 13th century. What makes the George genuinely remarkable is its role in actual history. The Duke of Monmouth used it as his headquarters during his doomed 1685 rebellion, and you can still see the room where he planned his final stand before being executed. The massive medieval fireplaces have been warming the same rooms for 8 centuries, and if you stay overnight, you're sleeping in chambers that have hosted everyone from wool merchants to roundheads to Georgian mail coaches. The flagstone floors are worn smooth by countless generations of boots, and standing at that ancient bar with a proper pint, you're touching the same oak that medieval merchants leaned against while negotiating deals worth fortunes.
Wow, okay, hang on. Wow, 800 years old. This is Britain's best. Just a disclaimer, I don't know how to get in touch with them. There's no email address, so I have not asked them if I could post this reaction. If you are them, let me know. I'll take it down. But I love whoever you are. I love the way that you describe the feeling of a pub. Show me on a map. The George Inn, Norton St. Philip. I've never heard of Norton St. Philip. There it is, though. Is that considered the Cotswolds or Cornwall? Or neither? Look at this little town. It's only $100 a night. Oh my gosh. Wow. 3 taps. Rare breed. Something original. Defiant ESP. Look at that place. Is that all original? Look at that. Wow. This is what I picture a stereotypical pub to look like. Beautiful. So cozy. So brown. The Duke of Monmouth. Show me on the internet. Is this the guy? Yes, it is. Oh, look. He died in 1685. So, he was beheaded for treason. And he was in that pub just before it happened. He was arrested near Ringwood in Hampshire, by tradition in a field of peas. Okay. Wow. Moving on. Look at that. Okay. Number 15, the Olde Man Scythe, Bolton, Greater Manchester. Oh, Manchester. 1251.
This Bolton institution has the grimmest claim to fame on our list. It's where the 7th Earl of Derby spent his final night before being dragged outside and beheaded in 1651 after the Battle of Worcester. The chair he sat in is still there, and during restoration, they found a mummified cat sealed inside it, which probably made the Earl's ghost even less happy about the whole situation. The pub takes its name from the Grim Reaper himself, which feels darkly appropriate given its history, but don't let that put you off a visit. It's still a proper working-class Bolton local that's been serving the same streets for over 770 years. The low-beam ceilings and uneven floors tell you immediately that this building has settled into its spot over centuries. And remarkably, it's never once closed its doors despite fires, wars, depressions, and the complete transformation of Bolton from market town to mill town to modern city. When you're standing at that bar, you're standing where soldiers drank before battle, where mill workers spent their wages, where every generation of Bolton folk have gathered for over 7 centuries. That's not just history, that's an unbroken thread connecting you to your ancestors.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Can you imagine going to a pub where your ancestors 800 years ago used to go? I can't, because I don't know who mine were. Actually, my ancestors probably were at that pub, now that I think of it. Some of them, anyway. We all have a bunch, you know? Ye Old Man Scythe. Show me on a map. Is that it? No photos? Ah, there's a photo. Wow. Yeah, that's it. What's going on in there?
Break down the door. Nothing needed lighter, I just couldn't take anymore. Nothing needed lighter, I just couldn't take anymore.
Wow. I almost cried just then. Wow. I want to do that. It's named after the Grim Reaper. Right. Another video.
That's the most random thing I've ever seen.
Look at all those pints. It's ukulele night at Ye Old Man Scythe, y'all. I love that. Oh, there's the guy. Is that his head? No, that's his chair. Did they put his head in the chair, or is that a fake head? That has to be a fake head, right? I don't know, y'all. The body decomposes in very strange ways. Okay, moving on. From death. The Bingley Arms. Parts.
Now we're getting into properly ancient territory that makes your head spin. The Bingley Arms claims a brewing license from 953 AD, which means it's been legally serving ale for over 1,070 years.
Wow.
When this pub opened, Vikings were still raiding the coast and Alfred the Great's grandson was on the throne.
What?
The pub started as a rest house for monks and pilgrims travelling to Bardsey Island, which explains how it survived through 11 centuries of English history.
Amazing.
The building you see today is only about 500 years old, but archaeologists have confirmed there's been a drinking establishment on this exact spot since Saxon times, and medieval stonework is incorporated throughout the current structure.
Cool.
What's extraordinary is that it's still just a village pub. No museum, no theme park nonsense,
Oh, yeah.
just a proper Yorkshire local that happens to be older than Westminster Abbey. Those flagstone floors have been walked by Saxons, Normans, Plantagenets, Tudors, Stuarts, Hanoverians and Windsors. More than 1,000 years of boots crossing the same threshold. There's a priest hole from when Catholics had to hide during Elizabeth I's reign, and if you listen carefully
Priest
on a quiet
hole?
night, you can almost hear the echoes of a millennium of conversation.
Y'all, 953. That blows my mind. I thought 1222 was I thought we were going to oldest to newest, but maybe we're going from newest to oldest. The Bingley Arms. Show me on a map. Oh, look at that. This little town. Wow. Where is that exactly? Let me back up here. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, north of Leeds. The Bingley Arms. Oh, chicken sandwich, onion rings? Is that the original menu? That looks like an original menu item. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, look, shrimp. Or prawns, excuse me. The Bingley Arms. Amazing. Delicious. Wow. Oh. Oh, man. 953, y'all. That probably feels like nothing to you, but that blows my mind. Okay, number 13. The Old Ferry Boat Inn.
If you thought the Bingley Arms was ancient, the Old Ferry Boat Inn makes it look positively modern.
Okay.
This Cambridgeshire pub claims a foundation date of 560 AD, which would make it nearly 1,500 years old. That's older than any standing castle in Britain, older than any cathedral, dating back to when the Anglo-Saxons were still settling, after the Romans abandoned Britain. The pub sits beside the Great Ouse, where a ferry crossing operated for over 1,000 years, serving travellers and monks from Ramsey Abbey. Most of what you see is medieval, but the foundations are genuinely Saxon, and there's a gravestone set into the floor marking where Juliet Tuesley was buried in 1050 after drowning herself. Her ghost supposedly appears every March 17th, though the locals are so used to her they barely mention it anymore. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, sitting in this low-ceilinged riverside pub with your pint, knowing that people have been drinking on this exact spot since before England was properly England, since before the Vikings came, since the Dark Ages when civilization was barely clinging on. That's genuinely awe-inspiring. This isn't just a pub, it's one of the oldest continuously operating buildings in Europe.
My God. What? 560. Yeah, that's like 77 years after the Romans left. Did they leave in 486 or 436? Something like that. Anyway, soon after, relatively. The Old Ferry Boat Inn. Show me on a map. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay, where are we talking here? Oh, yeah, he did say Cambridgeshire. So near Cambridge, I guess. Wow. Hollywell, look at this little place. Wow. Yeah. Oh, delicious. Schnitzel. Oh, nice. Wow, look at that. So the building is medieval, but the foundation is Saxon. Pre-medieval. Burger and fries. Way to go. There's the river. Oh, that's a nice, beautiful, calm river. Wow, it still has like the thatch roof. Oh, breakfast. English breakfast. It looks really well kept for being from the Middle Ages. Oh, you can stay there. Oh, well, yeah, it's an inn. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. Man, I want to go to all these. Okay, number 12. The Royal Standard of England.
The Royal Standard isn't just old, it's Domesday Book old, recorded by William the Conqueror's clerks in 1086 as an already existing alehouse. This rambling timber-frame building looks like someone assembled it from 3 different medieval pubs, which is essentially what happened as it expanded over 9 centuries to accommodate more drinkers. Charles I hid here during the Civil War, when Cromwell's forces were hunting him, and the building is riddled with secret passages and priest holes that saved royalist lives. The interior is everything you want an ancient pub to be. Massive inglenook fireplaces you could roast an ox in, low oak beams that modern customers constantly bash their heads on, walls covered with ancient weapons and curiosities, and an atmosphere so thick with history you could slice it with a sword. What makes the Royal Standard special is that it's never been modernised. No fruit machines, no big screens, no nonsense. Yeah. This is a medieval drinking experience preserved exactly as it was when the Plantagenets ruled. Standing at that bar with a pint, surrounded by 900 years of accumulated character, you're experiencing something that's become vanishingly rare in modern Britain.
That's beautiful. Wow. Okay. My gosh, y'all. I want to go to all these. They're all blending together in my mind. William the Conqueror made note of that. Charles I hid there during the Civil War. The Royal Standard of England. Show me on a map. Oh, very close to London. Okay. That makes sense that Charles would hide there because that's near his business. Oh, beautiful. Oh, movie. Oh.
My name is Matthew O'Keefe and I'm the owner of the Royal Standard of England, a lovely old pub in Buckinghamshire. Really, the people who own their pub are the customers who use it. In Britain, it's the only place where people say, come to my local, and they don't mean the supermarket, they mean their pub. The pub still does what it's been doing for centuries. It's probably been around for 1,000 years. So our food tends to be British food, really sort of home cooking, country food. You get local game from the farmer, fantastic fish. The beer tends to be from local craft breweries. The atmosphere of the pub is probably the best thing about the pub, and I think this is what people actually are looking for when they come to the pub. It also has quite a large garden, which is sort of, if you want a sunny afternoon, sit in the sunshine and laze the day away, it's a lovely place to sit looking at the views as well. Within the pub there's many objects, curiosities, nooks and crannies with antiques, all sorts of things from over the centuries stuck on the walls, hanging from the ceilings. And it's probably the sort of first country pub proper outside London. Bring your dog, come for a walk, bring the children.
Bring the children. Wow. Oh, look at that pie. Yeah, cool place. Okay. I realize this is going to be a long video. I'm stopping at all of them. It's just so impressive. Okay, number 11. Ye Olde Trip to Jerusalem. Oh.
Carved directly into the sandstone cliff beneath Nottingham Castle, Ye Olde Trip to Jerusalem might have the best pub story in Britain.
Okay.
It claims to have been established in 1189 to serve crusaders setting off for the Holy Land, having one last pint before their trip to Jerusalem. Whether that's literally true or a brilliant bit of medieval marketing, the caves beneath this pub are genuinely ancient, and the building has definitely been serving since at least the 1600s, with records to prove it. What's undeniable is the setting. Rooms are literally hewn from living rock, and the caves, where brewers stored ale at constant temperatures, extend deep into the cliff. There's a cursed model galleon in one of the rock chambers that legend says will bring disaster if anyone cleans the dust from it, so it sits there accumulating decades of grime while superstitious staff refuse to touch it. The atmosphere is genuinely medieval in a way that modern pubs can never recreate.
It's in a cave.
You're drinking in caves that were old when Richard the Lionheart was king, in stone chambers that have witnessed 8 centuries of Nottingham life. Whether crusaders actually drank here or not, standing in those rock-hewn rooms with a pint makes you feel connected to every generation that's sought refuge in these ancient caves. If you're enjoying this journey through Britain's most ancient drinking holes, do us a favour and hit that subscribe button now. We're covering the heritage and history that makes Britain special, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Right then, let's continue.
Ye Olde Trip to Jerusalem. Show me on a map. Nottingham. Yes. It's hard to tell where the cave starts and the building begins. Or, you know. What an atmosphere. Yeah. So, yeah, it's hard to tell if that's cave or plaster. It looks like cave. Right? Fish and chips, peas. Yes. Oh, man. Like, y'all, I want a house like that. I want to live in a cave. All this place needs is a chorus of ukuleles. Beautiful. Excellent. Number 10. The Porch House. Stow on the Wald.
The Porch House has the documentation to prove its extraordinary age. Records confirm it's been operating since 947 AD, making it comfortably over 1,000 years old. This beautiful Cotswold stone building started as a hospice for travellers and merchants attending Stow's famous wool fairs, and it's been continuously occupied for more than a millennium. What's remarkable is how much original structure survives. The main dining room has a fireplace that's been burning since before the Norman conquest, and carbon dating of structural timbers confirms the building's age. You can read England's architectural history in the walls.
Look at that.
Saxon foundations, Norman additions, medieval expansions, Tudor modifications, Georgian improvements, all layered together in one building that's never stopped serving its purpose.
Amazing.
The wool merchants who made the Cotswolds wealthy drank here. Soldiers from every English war passed through, and the building has witnessed literally the entire history of England, from the Dark Ages to the present day. Having dinner here isn't just eating in an old building, it's dining in a room that's older than the Tower of London, older than Oxford University, older than the English language as we know it.
That's a way to put it. Show me on a map. The Porch House. Oh yes, he said Cotswolds, that's right. Okay, so we are in the Cotswolds. $120 a night. I would love to stay there. Beautiful. Delicious. Oh, that's amazing. The different architectural styles that he mentioned is pretty mind-blowing. How it's been added on and changed over the years. And to be able to last that long through all these different eras of architectural styles, that means it's old. Chill atmosphere at the moment. Pie. Yo. Damn, I want to go there. Okay, number 9. The Skirrid Mountain Inn. Okay. Well.
This remote Welsh inn holds the darkest record on our list. It served as a courthouse where Judge Jeffreys supposedly sentenced 180 people to death, and they were hanged from a beam over the staircase that's still visible today. The rope marks are worn deep into the ancient oak, and the Skirrid is considered one of Britain's most haunted buildings, with so many reported sightings that paranormal investigators treat it as one of their most reliable locations. Built around 1110, the thick stone walls and fortress-like appearance mark it as genuinely medieval, and it's changed remarkably little over 900 years. The pub sits at the foot of Skirrid 4, a mountain with a dramatic cleft that legend claims split open at the moment of Christ's crucifixion. Whether that's true or not, the location is undeniably atmospheric. What makes the Skirrid special is the complete absence of modernisation. Flagstone floors, massive fireplaces, tiny windows, and an atmosphere so thick with history and possibly supernatural presence that even skeptics feel uneasy. This isn't a comfortable tourist pub, it's an authentic medieval inn that's retained its original character through sheer remoteness and resistance to change. Having a pint here, especially on a dark Welsh evening with mist rolling down the mountain, is an experience you won't forget.
Wow. Yeah, that is the darkest. Show me on a map. He's mentioned a few times that these places don't have... Oh, wait. Let's see where it is. A museum or a gift shop. Oh, okay. Oh, Wales. Right. And yeah, that's admirable. I feel like in America, there would be a tour, a museum, a gift shop, big bright lights outside saying, this is over 1,000 years old. Oh, man. Other than the cars, it looks like a movie set. Okay, yeah, you can stay there. I don't know if I'd want to stay in this place. It seems like extremely haunted. Oh, there's a graveyard. Wow. Oh, man, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a lot of gravy. Oh, what is that? Fish. Oh, look at that pint. Dessert. Stick it over pudding. Yes. Okay. The Skirrid Inn. Ye fighting cocks.
Old Fighting Cocks held the Guinness World Record for Britain's oldest pub with a foundation date of 793 AD, over 1,200 years ago. The current octagonal building is only 11th century and was actually moved to its present location beside the River Vere in the 1600s. But archaeological evidence confirms there's been a structure here since Saxon times. The building was originally a pigeon house and cockfighting venue before becoming licensed premises, which explains both the unusual shape and the rather grim name. The octagonal layout makes the interior feel like a maze. Low ceilings, rooms that don't quite connect logically, and a layout that's accumulated over centuries of modifications. The pub famously closed in 2022, sending shockwaves through the heritage community who thought we'd lost our oldest pub forever. But it reopened under new ownership and continues the tradition.
It's a
Oliver
Wetherspoons
Cromwell
now?
supposedly stayed here, and there's a tunnel connecting to St Albans Cathedral that monks used during the dissolution when Henry VIII was shutting down monasteries. Standing in this weird octagonal building with a pint, knowing it's witnessed over 12 centuries of British history, from Viking raids to the present day, connects you to an unbroken chain of drinkers stretching back to when Mercia was a separate kingdom.
Ye old fighting cocks, show me on a map. I'm surprised that the monks dug a tunnel. That seems like a lot of work. Why not just, take the pint home, or don't they brew it themselves? That just seems like a lot of work to go to the pub. But I'm sure there was a reason. I'm not questioning their logic. So they said it was the oldest, but the building was moved. Do they mean the building was the oldest or the foundation was the oldest? Because what about that 500-year-old place? Or maybe that was just the foundation. They're starting to blend together, y'all. Let's check the vibes. Chill. Modern music. No ukuleles. Okay. It's functioning like a modern-day pub would. There's no museum. There's no gift shop. I mean, I don't think there is. Maybe there is. If there is, fine. Okay.
Stretching back to when Mercia was a separate kingdom.
Mercia, y'all. Okay, number 7. The Adam and Eve. Now, this has to be old with a name like that. 1249. Okay.
Tucked away near Norwich Cathedral in a quiet corner that feels forgotten by time. The Adam and Eve is East Anglia's oldest pub and was built to house the workers, constructing the cathedral in the 13th century. The pub opened in 1249, and the flint walls, tiny windows and low-beamed ceilings are substantially original medieval structure. This is what a 13th century alehouse actually looked like. What makes the Adam and Eve special is its secret history. Tunnels connect it to Norwich Cathedral, used first by monks and later by Catholics, hiding during the Reformation, when practicing the old faith could get you executed. The pub is famously haunted by multiple ghosts, including Lord Sheffield, killed during Kett's Rebellion in 1549. And locals claim the riverside beer garden is built over a plague pit, which adds a certain frisson to your summer pint. But don't let the supernatural stories put you off. This is one of Norwich's most beloved locals with a proper community atmosphere, and the kind of authentic medieval character that makes you feel like you've stepped back 750 years. The fact that it's still serving the same neighbourhood after all this time is what makes Britain's pub heritage so special. These aren't museums, they're living, working establishments that have never stopped doing what they were built for.
Adam and Eve. Show me on a map. That could probably be a tie with the place that had the noose in the stairwell where they used to hang people. Having a mass grave underneath it. Similar. Haunting fuel. There it is. Right. That's the one. Wow, look at that. Oh my god. That looks kind of dangerous. It's so close to the road. Wonderful. I would go there even though it's built on a mass grave. That's kind of interesting, but scary. The George.
The George is the last surviving galleried coaching inn in London and one of the most historically important pubs in Britain. There's been an inn here since 1542, though the current building dates from 1676, rebuilt after the Great Fire of Suffolk destroyed the original. What makes the George absolutely unique is its galleried courtyard. Wooden galleries run around the open space, where plays were performed in Shakespeare's time, exactly like the Globe Theatre just down the road. This is where London travellers gathered before heading south, where coaches departed for the coast, and where Dickens drank and later wrote about in Little Dorrit. Only one wing of the original quadrangle survives. The other sides were demolished for railway development. But what remains is extraordinary. The National Trust owns it now, which saved it from destruction, and you can still order a pint and sit in that galleried courtyard where Elizabethan actors performed, where Shakespeare might have watched plays, where generations of London life unfolded. The oak settles are original, the fireplaces are centuries old, and the atmosphere feels genuinely Shakespearean in a way that no reconstruction could match. This isn't just a pub, it's a monument to coaching-era London that's miraculously still functioning as a proper boozer.
Proper boozer. The George. Show me on a map. The pictures of the balcony make it look like it has settled in. Oh yeah. Oh wait, let's check the vibe. Busy. There's a lot of people there. That's a busy place. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. Hang in there with me, all. I know this is long, but I hope you're enjoying it. Number 5, the Sheep Heid Inn, Duddingston.
Scotland's oldest
Edinburgh.
pub has been serving since
Edinburgh.
1360 in the village of Duddingston, now part of Edinburgh, but still retaining its village character beneath Arthur's Seat. The Sheep Hide's name supposedly comes from an ornamental ram's head snuff box gifted by James VI. Though that's likely a later invention, the real history needs no embellishment. What makes the Sheep Heid unique is that it's Scotland's only pub with an original Victorian Skittles alley still in use. You can play the
Skittles
same game
alley.
that customers have enjoyed for over a century
What is that?
in authentic period surroundings. The building has been modified over 660 years, but it retains medieval stonework, massive fireplaces, and oak beams that are genuinely ancient. Mary, Queen of Scots, supposedly visited, Bonnie,
Oh
Prince
my
Charlie passed through
gosh.
during the 45 Rebellion, and countless generations of Edinburgh folk have made this their local. The location is spectacular, tucked beneath Arthur's Seat with Duddingston Loch nearby, and the combination of genuine antiquity and proper village pub atmosphere makes it special. You're not just drinking in Scotland's oldest licensed premises, you're experiencing 6.5 centuries of Scottish hospitality that's never stopped serving its community.
Wow. The Sheep's Hide. Is this the first one that's been in Scotland, I think? I think it is. The Sheep's... Oh, I spelled it wrong. I spelled it Hide. They got a courtyard. Let's check the vibe. Chill, light vibe. Not too busy. Just enough. Ooh. Yes. It's a bowling. Oh, is this the... Did he call it Skittles? This must be that. Check the food. Mushy peas, fish and chips. Looks good. Looks like a nice thick batter. Yes. Cool. Ye Old Salutation Inn, Nottingham. 1240.
Nottingham clearly takes its pub heritage seriously.
Look at that.
And yeah, Old Salutation Inn is one of the city's most atmospheric, ancient establishments. Dating from 1240, the pub is remarkable not just for the medieval building, but for the extraordinary cave system beneath it. Over
Another
30
cave system.
interconnected caves carved from the sandstone
What?
that underlies Nottingham, some possibly pre-Norman in origin. These caves maintained constant temperatures, perfect for brewing and storing ale. And they've been
their own.
continuously used for nearly 800 years before refrigeration made them less essential.
Huh.
During World War II, locals sheltered in these same caves during air raids, the same refuge that medieval Nottingham used during conflicts centuries earlier. The pub itself retains substantial medieval structure with low-beam ceilings, ancient fireplaces, and a labyrinthine layout that's accumulated over 7 centuries. The Salutation is famously haunted with so many reported sightings, it's become a regular fixture on paranormal investigation programs. But whether you believe in ghosts or not, the atmosphere is genuinely medieval. Standing in those rock-hewn caves with a pint, knowing they've been in continuous use for the better part of a millennium, connects you to Nottingham's deep history in a visceral way no museum can match.
Okay, wow. Ye Old Salutations. Show me on a map. Yes, Nottingham again. Look at that. Okay, vibe check. Chill. No audio, so okay. It's a very cool building. Oh, wait. Vibe check. Not a great vibe. I think it's the music choice. People just standing around. I hear a couple people talking, but not many. Oh, maybe it's like a rock venue too. Do the ghosts like that? I mean, the bar area looks like a rock bar, doesn't it? It looks like a... Okay. Yes, it is a rock bar. A haunted rock bar. The Eagle and Child. Oxford, 1650.
The Eagle and Child might seem relatively young compared to Saxon-era
Eagle carrying a
establishments,
child.
but what makes it one of Britain's most important
That's awesome.
pubs
I
has
love
nothing
that.
to do with age and everything to do with what happened here in the 20th century. This is where J.R.R. Tolkien, C.S. Lewis and their literary group, the Inklings, met every Tuesday morning from the 1930s through the 1960s to read and discuss their manuscripts. The same wood-panelled room where Middle-earth was created is still there, and you can sit in the exact spot where the Lord of the Rings was born.
That's
The
amazing.
pub has been serving since Cromwell's Commonwealth, surviving the Civil War, the Restoration, 2 World Wars, and the complete transformation of Oxford from medieval university town to modern city. The nickname the Bird and Baby comes from the Derbyshire family crest and has been used by locals for centuries. That's the kind of authentic Oxford detail that makes the place special. The dark wood panelling, low ceilings and small rooms create exactly the atmosphere that
Those
attracted the
pint
Inklings.
glasses.
And remarkably, that atmosphere
Are
hasn't been
specific.
destroyed by modernisation or commercialisation. You can still have a pint in the Rabbit Room, where Tolkien and Lewis argued about mythology, theology, and storytelling. That's not just pub heritage, that's literary history you can touch.
Wow. It's wild to think of those two writers existing together and talking, you know? I guess their stories were different, but also strangely similar. The Eagle and Baby. Show it. I love the image of an eagle carrying a baby. Oh, the Eagle and Child. Right, Eagle and Child. Sorry. Let's check the vibe. Okay. All right. Play Sunday afternoon. A lot of light. That's very cool. Okay, wait. Vibe check. I like the vibe here. I like it. It feels light. Tan Hill Inn, Yorkshire Dales. 17.
Tan Hill Inn takes second place not because of extreme age, but because it holds a record no other pub can match. It's Britain's highest pub at 1,732 feet
Oh.
above sea level, sitting in magnificent isolation on the
Where?
Pennine Moors with nothing but sheep, heather, and sky for miles in every direction.
Oh, wow.
While 1732 isn't ancient, surviving nearly 300 years in one of England's
pretty
harshest locations is an achievement that deserves recognition.
Yeah.
The pub was built to serve the coal mines that operated on these remote moors, mines that closed generations ago, leaving Tan Hill as the last survivor.
It's still going.
It gets cut off by snow regularly, sometimes for weeks at a time, and there's a tradition of stranded customers staying for days, sharing supplies and stories until the road's clear.
Oh, wow.
The interior is everything a remote moorland inn should be. Vast stone fireplaces, low-beam ceilings, walls covered with old photographs and mining memorabilia, and a warmth that feels earned after battling the Pennine weather outside. You haven't experienced a proper British pub until you've sat by Tan Hill's roaring fire with a pint, watching the weather rage outside, knowing you're in the highest and possibly most isolated pub in Britain. It's not the oldest, but it might be the most atmospheric, and certainly the most dramatic location on this list.
Wow. There is something about being in a nice, cozy, warm place when it's brutal outside. The Tan Hill Inn. Show me on a map. Oh, yes, way up there. In the north. $98 a night. Hey, I wouldn't mind getting stuck here. Vibe check. Yes. The vibe is serene. Surprisingly modern. Look at that bathroom. That's modern. English breakfast. Vibe check. I'm surprised this place is still in business after the mines have closed. Some Wham playing in the background. Christmas song. Wow, there's nothing around here. That's wild. Man. Phew. Oh. Biodome. Y'all, you can have dinner outside even if it's like freezing out there. That's brilliant. That's a feat. Keeping that open.
and certainly the most dramatic location on this list.
Yeah, must be. The Nutshell.
Our number one choice will surprise people expecting a Saxon alehouse, but the Nutshell earns top spot because it holds Britain's most remarkable pub record. It's the smallest pub in the country, measuring just 15 feet by 7 feet, barely bigger than a garden shed.
Adorable.
While 1867 isn't ancient by British standards, what makes the Nutshell extraordinary is that it's been continuously operating in this impossibly tiny space for over 150 years, proving that size genuinely doesn't matter when it comes to creating a beloved institution. The pub got its name when a customer bet the landlord he could fit the entire pub in a nutshell. He measured the interior, wrote the dimensions on paper, and placed it in a nutshell, technically winning the bet and giving the pub its perfect name. The interior is crammed with curiosities, including a mummified cat found in the walls during renovation,
That ceiling.
over 5,000 international banknotes covering the ceiling,
Okay,
and barely enough room for a dozen customers standing shoulder to shoulder. You cannot visit the Nutshell and not talk to strangers. The space physically forces conversation and camaraderie in a way that larger pubs can never match. It's become a Suffolk institution and tourist attraction. But it remains a functioning pub serving proper beer in the most cramped, intimate, impossibly cosy conditions imaginable. You haven't truly experienced British pub culture until you've squeezed into the Nutshell, ordered a pint from a bar that's literally arm's length away, and chatted with complete strangers pressed against you by sheer lack of space. It's uniquely, charmingly, impossibly British, and that's why it's our number one. From Saxon alehouses to Victorian bolt holes, from haunted cellars to winds.
Hang on. I like how the Nutshell has the sign on the curve of the corner. Show me on a map the Nutshell. Yes, that's it. Vibe check. Good vibe. Good vibe. Healthy. All that money on the ceiling. Yeah, I wonder what's above it. I would like to live there. Maybe not. Maybe it would be a little loud. And there's probably asbestos in the walls. Show me exactly where in the country this is, because I don't. Oh, yes.
From Saxon alehouses to Victorian bolt holes, from haunted cellars to windswept moorland, these 16 pubs are living monuments to British drinking culture.
It's amazing.
Still serving pints in buildings that have survived centuries of history. If this opened your eyes to the treasures hiding in plain sight, subscribe now and check the next video on screen.
Y'all be sure to go to Britain's Best and like and subscribe. I've seen a few videos about pubs, but I don't remember any of these specific ones being mentioned in those. I love that stereotypical pub atmosphere. It's so comforting and warm. I would love to stay at one in an inn. I don't know, does it get loud? I mean, surely they close at some hour. It would be worth it though, I think. Just get loaded on pints and then walk upstairs to your room, pass out. Well, y'all, thanks for watching this with me. I'd like to thank my patrons. I'd like to thank my Buy Me a Coffee folks. Thank y'all for watching this with me, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.